Once your enrollment is complete, Clarity will provide reporting on your employees' new benefit elections and deductions. There's a lot of information in these reports. Watch this video for more information about each of the reports, the information that you can find on the reports, and our recommendations for sharing this information with key stakeholders. First, we'll review how to access your secure reports on sync.com. Then we'll review the reports themselves, from billing, enrollment details, and enrollment progress, through beneficiaries, summaries, and enrollment forms. We'll also briefly review carrier or BenAdmin templates that you may have, and Clarity's ability to generate change files. Clarity sends post-enrollment data through a secure link on sync.com. Sync.com uses bank-level encryption to keep your data safe. To access your reports, click the link in the wrap-up email from Clarity. When prompted, provide the password that Clarity sent. You'll be able to see all the reports and files specific to your enrollment. To download those files to your computer, click the Download All button on the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Then choose Download Now. A zip file will generate with all your enrollment data. Save this file to your computer so you can open and review the information. Your sync.com link will expire 30 days after you receive it, so please be sure to save the information you need right away. The first report we'll review is the Consolidated Billing Report. This report is an easy-to-use summary of employee deductions for each benefit. You can sort or filter the report, or hide columns that aren't required. To sort, click the drop-down arrow next to any column header. Then you can sort A to Z, Z to A, or filter to show just one specific value. To hide a column, highlight the column, right-click, and select Hide. To unhide the column, select the columns on both sides of the hidden column, right-click, and select Unhide. The Summary tab of this report is the most useful, as it contains a row for each employee for each benefit elected. Your payroll team can enter pre- and post-tax deductions from this report. So here I'm going to go ahead and hide some of the columns that we don't necessarily need. And you can see that our employee Test 5 elected nearly every benefit. You can see his per paycheck costs here in this column. This report also shows employer contributions by benefit. So I'll scroll over a little bit, and here we got the employer cost. For an employer paid benefit, like a life and AD&D or a long-term disability plan, you'll see the employer's cost listed. If the employer and an employee share costs, as is very common with a medical plan, you'll see both of those amounts listed on this report. All of the amounts you see on this report are approved amounts. If an employee or a spouse needs to complete evidence of insurability before their coverage will be issued, the deduction shown here may be less than the total calculated premium amount, or even zero. You'll receive notification from your carrier when the full requested coverage amount is approved. That approval will include the employee's new premium amount. The Details tab of this report has all the same information as the Summary tab, but it's formatted so that you scroll right to see the information about each benefit. Share this report with your payroll department so that you're able to start taking deductions for the new employee elections. If you're looking for specifics about what coverage an employee elected or dependent elections, use the Enrollment Details report to find that additional information. This report is extremely comprehensive, so we don't recommend using it to enter payroll deductions. That information is displayed much more cleanly in the Consolidated Billing Report. Before you start manipulating this report, please note that we've included an order column. As you sort and manipulate this report, you may need to get back to the original order where the employee and their dependents are listed together. So here, if we were to sort by first name, if we needed to get back to our original order, we can sort that column A to Z. This enrollment details report can be divided into 3 sections. So our first section is demographic information about that employee. So their name, whether they're an employee or a dependent, social security number, gender, date of birth, address and phone number. We'll even collect marital status, tobacco use, and student status if your plans require that information. The Clarity Benefit Counselors will be reviewing this information with employees as we meet with them. So if an employee has moved recently or has a new phone number, you'll see that data here. The next section of our report is really information about the employee's work life. So here we've got their employee status, their hire date, a department, division, or job class, their title, scheduled hours, and salary. This information determines eligibility for each of the plans, and some clients break their employees out by division or job class. Our sample client doesn't have that data, so I'm going to go ahead and hide those columns. The next section of this report that you'll see is information about the benefits specifically. So here we've got a column for each employee who met with a benefit counselor, plus their spouse and any other dependents. You'll see we've collected either an enrollment or a waiver for each employee or dependent for each benefit. For medical, dental, and vision coverage, Clarity can also capture waiver reasons. That would be the reason that an employee is waiving coverage. So here, for example, our spouse test employee waived dental coverage because she's covering the kids on her group plan. If an employee was already enrolled in a benefit, the Clarity Counselors will re-enroll them in that coverage. If an employee had coverage previously, but shows up as waived on this report, the employee no longer wishes to have that coverage. If you offer multiple plan options, for example, this client offers 2 different medical plan choices, you can sort this report to show just medical insurance, and you'll see those different plan options listed here, so you can tell which plan each employee elected. If your medical plan requires primary care clinic codes, as is very common with some Medica ACO plans, they would also be found on this report. You can see which employees met with a Clarity Counselor on the Enrollment Progress Report. There are 3 different statuses you may see on this report. First would be employees who show an enrollment status of finished. These employees have made their elections and signed their applications. Employees who are not started have not yet met with a Clarity Counselor, and their current coverage, if any, will not be reflected on any of these reports. Employees who are in progress fall somewhere in between. They may have started their enrollment meeting, but weren't able to finalize all their elections. These individuals' elections will be included in these reports, but may be incomplete if the employee didn't make a selection for each benefit. Clarity will keep you up to date on the employees who have and have not completed their enrollment meetings. If there are a large number of in-progress or not started employees, it's the employer's responsibility to follow up with those individuals directly. Beneficiaries for certain benefits are listed on the Beneficiaries Report. Keep this report on file. You may be asked to provide this information in the event of a claim. On this report, you'll see beneficiaries by benefit for each employee, including their allocation of benefits and information about the beneficiaries, like name, address, and relationship. Clarity commonly captures beneficiaries for employer-paid and voluntary term life, beneficiaries for health savings accounts, and for some worksite plans. On our sample report, here you can see that our employee Test 5 has named his spouse as the primary beneficiary for his life and AD&D insurance. His children are secondary beneficiaries, sharing that equally. If your enrollment included Unum worksite coverage, like accident or whole life insurance, know that Unum keeps that beneficiary information on file. It's not displayed on this report. The PDF enrollment summaries are a great 1 to 2 page summary of each employee's elections. These summaries show information about the employee, their demographic information, information about their dependents, and a waiver or election for each plan offered. This report also shows employees' costs per paycheck, their beneficiaries, and an employee's electronic signature. As you're reviewing this file, please note that it might not be in alphabetical order. If you're looking for a specific employee's record, search the file by holding Ctrl F on your keyboard, enter the employee's name, and hit enter. It'll take you right to their record. Many employers like to keep a copy of this document in each employee's file for future reference. Employers may also distribute these confirmations to employees directly. It's entirely up to you. Individual benefit applications or enrollment forms are also included in your post-enrollment reporting suite. You'll find an enrollment form or a waiver for each employee who met with a Clarity benefit counselor. Here you'll see we have an enrollment form for each line of coverage or each carrier. These enrollment forms capture everything from an employee's elections all the way through their signature, so they're ready to submit to your various insurance carriers. As you review this file, please note that it might not be in alphabetical order. If you're looking for a specific employee's record, search the file by holding Ctrl F on your keyboard, then enter the employee's name and hit enter. It'll take you right to that employee's record. Once enrollment is complete, it is the client's responsibility to share this enrollment data with your various insurance carriers. If you have election templates from your various carriers or your benefits administration platform, please share them with Clarity. We may be able to assist with completing these templates. Clarity can also provide change reports that many carriers request, provided that we have accurate and complete information about current coverage before the start of enrollment meetings. Let us know if this is something you'll need, and we can share our file requirements. Thank you for reviewing Clarity's post-enrollment reporting. If you have any questions, please let us know. We're here to help.